Good morning. How are you diddling this fine Sunday? Excellent. Me too. Thank you very much for asking. Welcome to another episode of Dazed, Confused, and Generally Buggered. It is a daily video that I do to try and help you answer your questions about social media and video. And it's called what it's called because it's what was written on my mug. And when all this kicked off, just in my mind, it was like, well, this is how we're generally all feeling, isn't it? A little bit dazed, a little bit confused, a little bit buggered, and we're not entirely sure what's going to happen and when it's all going to happen. Although apparently today, the message of choice is going to be stay alert, whatever. We will see. Anyway, good morning to you. Thank you very much for joining me if you are on the live stream this morning. As always, here to answer your questions. We've got some questions we're going to go through, and also we are going to be talking about competitions on your social media channels as well. Just giving you a few ideas what you could potentially maybe do on your social media competitions and that kind of stuff, some ideas for you, and hopefully it would help you maybe grow your audience as well. As always, for this whole week, we've been sponsored by the wonderful team at Abode Housing, and they've been kind enough to sponsor this live show and also all the content that comes out of it for the last 7 days as well. So thank you very much to them. If you're not sure who they are, they build amazing homes, modern and truly energy efficient timber frame housing in the UK marketplace. They're really highly sustainable, obviously, because they're made of wood. They're super quick to be erected as well. So if you've got a plot of land and you're thinking about building on there, they could be the team to talk to, because not only can they put the house up really, really quickly, but the houses they have specific designs, but also they're very adaptable. So even if it's something that's already been built, that they've built, they could potentially make changes to it or changes to designs for what is in your head at the moment. So you might think, actually, I want that room there, or they could potentially build that the way that exactly how you want it and still do it just as quickly. And in addition to all those great features, not only are their homes very well designed, but they're hugely energy efficient. They're well known for being fire resistant. And not only that, they have zero carbon status, which means you get some kickbacks from the government as well. So your quid's in. So not only are you buying a house, but it's going to start giving you some money back in the process as well. So if you want to know more about Abode Housing, go and take a look at the link in the section below. It's the top link in there, and all you've got to do is just click on that and it'll take you through to their website. But just wait until you finish watching the live broadcast. But thank you very much to them for having sponsored the live broadcast for the last week. It's been very, very good of them. Good morning to Miles, who's tuned in this morning, watching on Facebook. Also, CT Wilson, who's currently watching on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us. And also good morning to Miles, Ed, as well. That's pretty cool. Thank you very much for you guys for tuning in. Miles has been out for a run this morning, letting us know what's happening in his life. How are you doing today? I'm just in from another monster run, 18 miles. That is a monster run. We can't do that kind of mileage, not with Max. He lasts about a mile and then he gives up. So, and that's not even running. That's just going crazy in the park. Anyway, how shall we get started? Shall we talk about competitions? Shall we do some of your questions? If you've got any questions at all, as always, drop them into the comments or on the stream, whatever platform you're watching on right now, because I am currently live on Twitch, Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook as well on a couple of my groups. So if you want to join us and just say hello, leave some of the questions in there about social media and video, feel free. I'll do my best to answer them all the way through the live broadcast. Let's take a quick look at the comments if we've got any questions yet. Okay, so we've got this one through already. CT Wilson, what software do you use to live stream across all social media? I'm using a piece of software called StreamYard. And I will put that up right now. 1 second. Here we go. StreamYard. And that's how it is spelt. So that's how it's spelt. There is a link down below. If you go and click on that, it will give you some money off on a free sign up. So you can do a free channel where it will allow you to stream onto one channel for nothing. You can make an account and stream to your YouTube or stream to your Facebook for free. Then you can do a couple of channels, and then you can stream onto 5 channels, and I think that works out about £45 a month, roughly, but it is month by month. You don't have to sign up to a 12-month contract or anything. You just pay and stop when you want to stop. And so, yeah, go check it out. There is a link down below, and it'll give you some money off on signing up as well. I think it gives you about $10 off because it's an American piece of software, but really cool. I love what it's capable of doing. Definitely worth checking out if you're looking at streaming on multiple platforms. There are others that do it, but this one seems to have more availability to it for different things that you can do. So, for example, I can invite guests on here. You can't do that on some other platforms. I can see all the comments that are coming up from different platforms. That doesn't necessarily happen on other platforms as well. So yeah, StreamYard at the moment is the one that I'm going with. Check it out. The link is in my pants. Go and check it out in the description box right now. It's on all the social media platforms, so you can go and find it there. Anyway, so this morning, like I say, we're going to be answering your questions like that one from CT Wilson. Also, I'm going to be talking to you about competitions as well, because competitions are a great way of you potentially growing your audience on social media. It's a great potential because you're giving something away that might not necessarily cost you a great deal, especially if you are a business that has a product anyway. So if you sell books or if you sell DVDs or what have you, then you've got a product you can give away to people straight away. And all you're asking is them to partake in a competition to win that product that's probably not really going to cost you a huge amount. So you just need to start thinking about what could you do with the competitions for your brand, for your business, that could help people potentially follow your content or help you grow an audience who want to follow your content. So shall we get started? There are multiple ideas running around in my head at the moment, but we're just going to go through a few at the moment. So how about we look at the stuff that's going to try and increase your engagement on your content, because that's a really great way of running a competition. It helps increase your engagement. That means your content gets pushed out further to more people because the algorithm sees more people liking it. The more people who like it, the further it will push it. The more people who share it, the further it will push it. The more people will see it as well because other people are sharing it, and you get in front of a whole new audience and potentially add extra people to your tribe. Good morning very quickly as well to Chris, who is tuned in this morning as well. Thank you very much for joining us, Chris. So then, improving your engagement. So the first type of competition I would recommend is something where you say to people, I want you to like and or comment on my piece of content to win. So you're better off probably doing both of those because that increases the amount of engagement that's on your content, and give them something to actually comment as well. So that way then you know that they're really involved. They've actually read the description rather than just literally a like and a hi. Get them to write something that might get them involved with your brand, your business. So for me, example, I would say, like this piece of content and comment how to 9x your social media. That way, then I know there's enough words in there for the algorithm to pick up on it as a proper comment rather than just a single word comment. And also, it just really shows they're engaged with the content. They've read the description, they've really wanted to take part, and it just increases the algorithm's chance of seeing your content and pushing you out further. Now, they're not sharing it at the moment. That is the next one. But just think about that. So like and or comment to win a particular prize. So you get one piece of content, you put it out on whichever platform you want. It could be LinkedIn, could be Twitter, could be Instagram, could be Facebook, on your business page. Wherever it is, just put that piece of content out and just get them to like and comment on it. And that will help increase the engagement, the visibility of that piece of content. And then you just choose one person at random to win the prize. Really simple. And you can hashtag your competitions as well, because obviously your business page is going to, so you could hashtag things like freebie and competition and giveaway and all those kind of things. And you could even localize it as well. So you could say it's like a Newbury giveaway or a Berkshire giveaway or a Yorkshire giveaway or a Hampshire giveaway, whatever you want to do, and just give away something to a local audience member, perhaps. But just think about that as your first potential option of doing competitions, like and or comment as well. We've got a really good question just come in from the guys on Seahawks. So I will come back to that in just a moment. They're watching on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us. I'll come back to that in a second. I'm going to do competition idea number 2, and then I'll come back to that question. Okay, so the next one is share or retweet to win. So rather than like and comment, share or retweet. So basically what you're asking them to do is share your content with your audience. The reason you're asking them to do that is because when they share it, that audience becomes bigger because they might not have the same audience as you. So you want more people to see your content. That's the whole point. And if you're just giving away something that's really cost effective to you as a business, then actually being able to exponentially grow your audience by 40, 50 people potentially sharing your content out. If they all know 10 people, that's another 400, 500 people seeing your content. Obviously, people know more than 10 people. So there's a huge chance of you being seen by thousands of people rather than just your smaller audience and that small percentage that the algorithm has fed you out to in the first place. So run competitions that do ask people to share or retweet or even regram. Obviously, regram is an app people have to download. So rather than that on Instagram, you could ask people that piece of story. And let me just make sure that I'm definitely in focus here. If I go on to currently on TikTok, let me go on to Instagram. Okay, so I'm on my feed and there's a video at the moment that's being posted by Lewis Howes. So if I want to share that, if I just bring it up a bit closer, you see the paper airplane just there. What you do is you tap on that and it will allow you to share that piece of content to multiple people or to your story. So you add the post to your story. It opens up a normal Instagram story post, and then you share it and you say, you write whatever you want them to write into it. So you could ask them to actually write something if you want, and then they just press share, and that's gone into my story. Simple as that, done. So even on Instagram, you can share content. So many people think you can't, but you can. You can share content on Instagram as well. So don't let anybody tell you any different. But get people to share, potentially retweet your content out to their audience so that there's more of a chance of more people seeing it, more people entering, more people sharing, and then you've got this potential exponential growth of your audience coming up. So it's absolutely fantastic, a really great way of getting your content out to more people. And just another really simple competition idea, because it just needs a simple visual post, or you could be doing a video. Whatever it is that you want to do, it's just going to help interaction and engagement on your content, because that's what this is all about. Social media is about being social, increasing engagement so that more people get to see your content and engage with the value that you've got to give. And even a competition is value because you're giving something away that is either in your area of expertise or a product that you sell or whatever it may be. Right, okay, let's have a quick look at these questions. Coming in from Seahawks, does having hashtags in the bio on Instagram and Twitter help? Yes, it does, 100%. Now, obviously, you are limited to the number of characters you have on both platforms, so you have to get clever with it. You have to get really word economical with your bios. So really narrow it down, get it right down to where you possibly can do, and then just think, right, okay, I've got a certain number of characters left. Do I have enough to do a specific hashtag, or could I hashtag some of the words that I've used within my profile and my bio instead? So for example, I have keynote speaker in there, so could I take out the space between keynote and speaker and hashtag that instead? That is the kind of thinking you need to get on top of. But yeah, when people are searching for profiles, and when they search a hashtag on whatever platform it is, it will bring up profiles first, and then we'll bring up the use of the hashtag second. So absolutely put those hashtags into your bio, into your profiles, but you are limited. So just try to be clever with it and don't just ram your profile full of hashtags, because then it just looks shit. Your profile still needs to say who you are, what it is that you do, what it is, the value that you're offering. Then drop in some hashtags as well. Okay, let's have another quick look, see if there's any more questions come through. Ed is asking, Simon, do you know if it's possible for me to still use your affiliate link with StreamYard, even though I've already got a StreamYard subscription? So if I can cancel, can I renew with your affiliate link code to get some money off? I don't see why not. You may need to use a different email address to set it up. But if you're canceling your account completely, then it shouldn't necessarily recognize the account, the actual social media accounts that you're going to use. I'll have to look a little bit further into that for you if you like. But I don't see why that would be a problem, because they're still going to be making money from it. And all they want is you to keep purchasing their product. So yeah, I don't see why not. I can't see there being an issue there. But obviously, yeah, different platforms may have different reasoning behind it. I don't know. I'll have a proper look for you, Ed, and we'll see what we can do. Seahawks, hopefully that answered your question. Really cool. Anyway, shall we go back to competitions now as well? Okay, so the next one is tag a friend. So this is quite an interesting one. So when people are commenting, they can tag a friend, obviously within their comments. So what you would try to do is say, right, okay, tag a friend, but they do that in the comments of the content. So when they're doing it, you'd say, right, okay, comment how to 9 times your social media, and then at whoever you want to involve. So I could say, right, okay, I want to how to 9 times your social media at Ed McIntyre, or how to 9 times your social media at CT Wilson. What you're trying to do is, again, increase the number of comments that are coming in on your content, which is brilliant, excellent, shows interaction, shows engagement. But again, it's sharing that content with their audience, with their friends, with people who will hopefully get value from that content as well. And if you word your description right, then you will get them to share it with people who will also get value, rather than just saying, just share it with anybody you know, blah, 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 because you don't want an unengaged audience. You would say, share this content with anybody that you think might get value from it to enter today's competition. That way, they will hopefully start thinking a little bit more outside the box and actually thinking, right, okay, I do need to share this with somebody who actually gives a damn and will want something from it. So that's another way of you entering a competition, you personally running a competition. Again, it can be on any form of content. Personally, I would do it on video because videos are really interactive. But if you're going to do it on something else, maybe do it on a cinemagraph or a 3D GIF or just a visual, but don't just do it on text. Text is so boring. Text is so yesterday, and we're more forward thinking than that. So absolutely 100%, just look at these competition ideas as ideas for you to start running. They'll really work, and yeah, it'll just open you up to a whole new audience. And the next one you could potentially do, and rather than just asking somebody to do comments on or on Instagram or on Twitter, why not make it a really interesting, fun one and get people to leave a caption for it? These are all really old competition ideas, but you could get people to like come up with a caption for a funny photo. So I could do a screenshot from this, and then people have to come up with a funny caption that goes with it, and then they could win something. I don't know, a dazed, confused, and generally buggered mug, although this is the only one I have, so you can't win this. But you get my thinking. These are competition ideas you'll have seen in magazines and stuff like that. So all you're trying to do is just, again, increase that engagement on your content. The more engagement you get, the more people who get involved, the better. And having something fun like that, sorry, just showing a comment by mistake, having something fun like that will really help in engagement as well, because it's not just your day-to-day run-of-the-mill business competition. It's have a bit of fun with this, get involved, have a bit of a laugh, and then you're entered into the competition. And if you win, you win. And if you don't, then you've had a bit of fun as well at the person who's created the content's expense, most likely. So that's another idea. Or you could do something similar and just create the best comment competition. So rather than actually coming up with a caption for the photograph, just comment something along lines with the content that you've posted, but just ask people to comment. Or you could create a play to win game. So you could come up with, I don't know, like a bunch of photos that are coming up. So I've done this in the past myself. I did it with a Christmas competition. I had a bunch of letters. There was a video every single day. And those letters, when rearranged, made up a famous saying. And once you gave me that famous saying, you were entered into the competition to win a prize. That simple. So you could do the same thing on Instagram or on Facebook and post different pieces of content every single day, drawing people into the competition, drawing people into the content, increasing engagement, but also bringing them back every single day. How genius is that? You want them coming back to your content on a regular basis, but having to get all those letters to enter the competition draws them back to your channel, draws them back to your page, draws them back to your group, and they have to come back to get those letters to keep entering the competition. So 100% is a great way of doing it. but it's just like a play to win competition. Really, really simple, really, really easy. You don't have to do anything spectacular, and it could really help grow your audience. Again, these are all great, simple engagement competitions. The last one is really simple. If you've got something you want to publish as a product, you're not sure, maybe not really sure on a name, whatever it might be, you just get people to vote on it, and everybody who votes has an opportunity of winning that new product, for example. So you might be selling phone cases, so you show one with dark wood, you show one with light wood, you show one with see-through, and you say which one's your favorite. People vote on it, and everybody who's voted on the one that has the most votes gets entered into the competition to win that particular phone case. Simple as that. Really, really easy. Doesn't take a lot of doing. You're going to be making the product anyway. You're getting some actual consumer insight into which one people are going to like more, which is brilliant. And also, all you're doing is giving away one product and getting a load of engagement on your content. So there's just some really simple ideas for competitions, and every business can run a competition. Yes, some businesses, it's going to be slightly more expensive to give away something of value in their area of expertise. I mean, if you are a car sales garage, yeah, giving away a car, probably not possible. Giving away a weekend's driving a particular car, hugely possible. All you've got to do is pay the. So there are ways around thinking for a competition for a business, and then your content as an overall. So hopefully you will maybe start running some competitions yourself, and that would be you are. I'd like to see how well they perform. I bet they'll do really well. And let's have a look at some of the competition, some of the questions that are coming in at the moment. Very quickly, Chris Davis can say he can confirm he hasn't done an 18-mile run today. I don't blame you. Ed can't even run fair probably right now. Seahawks, yes, thank you. You answered my question, but I have another one. Which is the easiest social media channel to grow on right now? I know everybody's bleating on about it. TikTok, 100%. It's TikTok. If you are happy creating video content, start creating video content. I don't know what your area of expertise is, Seahawks. I don't know what your brand is. I don't know what your business is, but still, everybody is capable of creating video content. That's why you're on YouTube right now. You probably create content. Trust me, TikTok is organically a real chance to explode on TikTok with organic content. So 100% get it downloaded, start creating content, try and keep it into your niche and your area of value. I do blogging and writing. Brilliant. Give away writing tips. Whatever it is that you're blogging on, maybe give away some information on the blogs, perhaps. I don't know if you're just a writer. Give away writing tips. Give away help to people who want to do blogging. There's so much value you could give in there. Obviously, there's little tips like download Grammarly. There is ideas of making sure that people put some real poignant moments into their blogs to capture people's attention. There is the idea of where would you post a blog? All those kind of pieces of value that you could give right now, put them out on TikTok and just tag them up as well. You can still use hashtags on TikTok. Again, you're limited to the number of characters but you can still get some hashtags in there. So yeah, get all the information you want into the main video and then add some music to it, push it out there, write a nice little description, put some hashtags in, watch your content fly. Just do it consistently, not once a week, not once every other day, every other day if you possibly can do. If you don't have that many tips, doesn't matter. Write down a bunch of tips and then just reword them. Reword your tips each time. So if you've got one tip that you want to use, just reword it and put it out again, and then reword it and put it out again. That's your 3 pieces of content for that day. And just keep going, keep getting that content out there. But yeah, TikTok, absolutely at the moment, huge organic potential on there right now. All the other channels, even TikTok, to be fair, are very cannibalized right now because we're all in this lockdown situation. Also, if you're looking for more business-based, then a huge amount of people on the account, but only about 5-10% of those people are actually using it at the moment. And that means not necessarily that they're going onto the platform. A lot of people are going onto the platform, but they're not posting content. So there's a really good chance that your content could get seen by more people. They do have a paid platform on LinkedIn, so that organic potential is a little bit lower than it used to be, but still, again, a really great platform to be looking about. Okay, so let's have a look on here. How do you get more affiliate link clicks? I include them in descriptions across 3 YouTube channels, but not much luck. Okay, number one, why have you got 3 channels? Can you not potentially just concentrate on just one of them and put all your effort into that one channel, grow your audience on there? Number two, do you have an audience who are engaged in what it is that you're doing? If you ask them to comment, if you ask them to like, if you ask them to subscribe, do they do so? If they do, then are you actually asking them to take a look at the affiliate links? It feels like a really horrible, hard sell, but it doesn't have to be. Just for example, like I'm using StreamYard right now. I was asked the question about StreamYard. So I pointed you to the link in the section below. I'll be on my account, so it means I have to pay less next month. And it means I can keep doing these live broadcasts. But you don't have to go and click that link, but I've given you that option. You can't force people to sell, to buy anything. So you've got to kind of give me money and keep working on the idea of I'm going to give value, where you can go and download it on the link below. And if you do download it, you'll get $10 off. Anyway, moving on, value. Don't just sell hard, and just concentrate on creating the content you're enjoying creating, giving that value, and then hopefully that will draw them into those affiliate links eventually. A lot of people make a lot of money from affiliate links. So there is potential there. It's a possibility, but just don't hard sell it. Don't really go to town hard selling. Just make it a little bit more of a throwaway comment, and then go from there. I mean, you could do a video all about all your affiliate links. Again, I don't really know what kind of content you create, CT, so I'm kind of generalizing this. But if you, for example, did make content that's all about how to grow a YouTube channel, then all your affiliate links will most likely be connected to helping people with software that will grow their YouTube channel, whether it be captioning or thumbnail software and all those kind of things. So you could do a whole video of, here's my top 5 pieces of software to help you create your thumbnail. And if you want to go and check them all out, the links are in the section below. Simple as that. Or it could be something completely different. But you could create content around those affiliate links, almost drawing people to them, but they've already got value from your content that's going to hopefully draw them to those links. Hopefully that's given you some ideas. Like I say, I struggle a little bit because 3 YouTube channels. I know when I first started creating YouTube content a long time ago, how long ago are we talking now? 10 years, 11 years, maybe even longer than that. Actually, yeah, maybe 12 years ago now. I think it was like 2008 or something like that. Anyway, when I was creating regular content, I had so many channels because I just thought, well, one of these channels is going to pop and that's the one then that I'll concentrate on. And actually, no, you just have to just ignore the rest of those channels and just create content on the one that you've got the most passion in, and just really keep creating consistently on that one, giving all the value that you possibly can. Concentrate on that one, reach out to other people who need your niche value, and that channel will start to fly because you're not concentrating on 3. So you're not completely splitting yourself open a little bit. So it's a bit like when I say about social media, which social media channel should you concentrate on? The one that's giving you the best return. Put 75 to 80% of your effort into there. That's a huge amount of your effort, and then a small amount of effort into the rest. In YouTube, put most of your effort, 80% of your effort, into that YouTube channel, and the other 20% into the social aspect of that YouTube channel, going out, reaching out, commenting on other people's content, commenting on content that's in the same field as you, putting your content out on other social media channels, so like on Facebook, on Twitter and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, and grow your audience by being social on other social media channels, but probably concentrate on one channel. Okay, let's have a look at some of the questions that came through last night. L, who wants to kind of stay anonymous, says, I'm a yoga instructor even, and a functional trainer. With all this going on, I've lost the income I had and I'm not sure what to do at the moment. Should I try to monetize right now, or should I put all my effort into free content? This kind of probably ties in quite nicely with what I was just chatting about to CT, which is affiliate links. So what I would probably do is create lots of value-based content about yoga. This is something my wife and I have been talking about doing more of, because it might just help us de-stress and be a little bit more relaxed and feel a little bit better about ourselves as well. I'm not exercising every single day. I do circuit training every day. Obviously, I'm taking Max out, my little boy, for walks and stuff like that to try and tire him out. But yoga would really help just relax the body, ease some of the muscle tension, all that kind of stuff. So create content that's going to help that. A lot of people will be looking out for this kind of stuff at the moment. So do beginner-based yoga content, 100%. Don't start getting all expertise and stuff like that. Most people right now, they're like, oh, well, I want to start doing yoga. What can I do to give it a go? So make it interesting, make it fun, do couples yoga perhaps, and draw your partner into this content perhaps. And don't think about monetizing the content itself, but think about monetizing what could go with it. So obviously you will be recommending things like yoga pants, yoga mats, yoga blocks, all those kind of things that will really help people do these exercises better. Yoga blocks obviously taking tension off muscles, yoga mats obviously making the floor more comfortable for people. So take a look at doing affiliate stuff rather than actually pushing really hard on trying to monetize a course about yoga or monetize a book you might have written or anything like that. Create the free content, give the value, and again, then tie in those affiliate potential links to draw people into the products that will help them make what they're doing even easier or more comfortable or just a little bit better. Okay, next question, completely anonymous. What are the best ways to market a new podcast and YouTube channel? Get out there and tell people all about it. If you're making content of value, then just get out there and tell people, start marketing it, putting content out on other social media channels, letting people know all about it. If you are really trying to go bang with a great big explosion with your brand and maybe you're selling a product, then why not put some money behind it as well? You can put money behind podcast advertising now with Repost, I think it is, SoundCloud. I've got a new piece of software that they've brought out so you can pay to get your content out to more people. Obviously, YouTube have YouTube ads, Google ads, Google AdWords, pre-roll ads, all those kind of things so you can get your content out to more people. But if you're just creating general, having a bit of fun content, maybe vlogging the family or you're playing games, that's 10 a penny. So try and latch onto that niche. Don't just post a piece of content that you've created. Create something specific for the advert and put that out there. So make sure it's short, make sure it's catching. Obviously, you want people to be drawn in within the first 5 seconds, otherwise they click away anyway. So yeah, that's what I would recommend is go organic if you can do. Put your content out on lots of different channels, get more people to get value from that content. But if you want to put a bit of money behind it, make something specific for the content and then put some money behind that, whether it be podcasts or audio or whether it be video as well, or the two amalgamated, to put the two together, make a piece of video content that works audibly as well. And that way, then you don't have to create 2 pieces of content. Hopefully that gives you a good idea. Having a look here, CT says, yes, that makes sense. Thank you very much. Great advice. You are absolutely welcome, CT. Okay, we won't bring you up on the screen, but should we monetize the misfortune of others by running a drama channel? I personally, that's not my thing. Depends on whether they've taken the mickey out themselves as well. A little bit like You've Been Framed. You've Been Framed works because people have chosen to send that content in before you laugh at it. So those people have laughed at themselves, have gone, well, it's quite funny. And watching Bob fall off the roof on an icy day onto the snow, I tell you what, we'll send that into You've Been Framed. And then You've Been Framed are also going to reward them with money for that as well. So personally, I'd say yes, but you've got to do it in a clever way, in a sensible way. There are certain channels in the past, I can't remember the name of the content that he used to call it, but Ray William Johnson, he got into quite a lot of trouble for using people's content without saying it was their content, and then there was all sorts of different things happened there. I think Toby as well, my friend Toby Turner, he had some issues with win, lose or draw when he was showing content, but then he got people eventually to start sending in their content themselves or recommending their piece of content, and that's how we got around it. So as long as the person who's involved that you're taking the mickey out of has taken the mickey out of themselves, offered it up for usage, then why not? Absolutely. But yeah, not where it's like truly horrible, somebody maiming themselves or breaking a bone or what have you. But if they've offered it up themselves, why not? If it's a bit of fun, if it's a laugh out loud moment, then absolutely. I don't believe certain channels like, is it Drama Alert? I can't remember. It's interesting, and a lot of people obviously watch that content because they're interested in the people they're talking about. But personally, no, I probably wouldn't. But it's a personal thing. If you are that type of person who's happy to make money out of the misfortune of others, crack on, do it. Doesn't mean it sits well with me, but it might sit absolutely perfectly with you. I'm not going to stop you making some money just because I'm giving my point of view. What I would say is probably don't make money from it at the start anyway. Just concentrate on making the content you are actually enjoy making, the content you're passionate about. So if you're passionate about that, absolutely fine. Make that content. And then when you get an audience, then look to monetize it. But don't monetize the audience, just monetize the product. So again, create products behind it perhaps, but more likely sell sponsorship of the product rather than trying to sell to the people who are watching it, because you built an audience through the fact you're giving away free, fun-based content that they're interested in seeing because it's all drama-based. So monetize the show rather than the audience. Philly D was very good at doing that with his news channel. He monetized the actual show. Big companies would sponsor the show rather than sponsoring or monetizing the audience itself. Obviously, he got to a stage where his audience was so damn big, it didn't even matter that he monetized the audience as well. But yeah, there you go. Hopefully that kind of helps you out, Dank. Yeah, fingers crossed, watching over on Twitch. So thank you very much for joining us there. Okay, final question before we shut up shop. I'm hoping I'm going to pronounce this right. Gaurang is asking, what's the way to grow a tech YouTube channel in 2020 along with TikTok? Okay, two totally different pieces of software, two totally different channels. On YouTube, it's about that value. Try and create content that's going to give value that nobody else can give. What is the niche that maybe you could potentially tie into that will create content for people to enjoy, get latched into, and enjoy what you're creating? However, I would only recommend at the most one video a day. No more than that. YouTube's a very different channel to pretty much every other social media. All other social medias, I would say, go to town, create as much content as you can. Don't completely saturate it, like creating 100 pieces for Facebook every day, but put out more than one piece of content a day. YouTube, totally different beast. Your audience will get pissed off if they can't see anybody else's content within their feed. So I do know people who will put out, say, 20 pieces of content one after the other on the same day. It's just going to cheese your audience off. They don't want to just see your content in their feed. So they will probably ignore everything that you've put out and jump onto the next piece of content. That isn't you. So putting out one piece of content a day absolutely works on YouTube, but just try and find that niche that you're going to work on in tech and go that way. And if you live in a different country, do it in your home native language as well. There'll be probably less creators doing that than there would be doing it in English, which is obviously a worldwide language. Build that audience. Look for the niche, look for the area where you can give the most value. And if you're passionate about it, what difference does it make if it's specifically for Slovakians or if it's specifically for the English? I would create content for the English because I'm English and I don't speak many other languages. I speak bits and pieces, enough to get by in lots of other languages, but I'm not fluent in any other language. And the same as other people, they might be German, they speak English well, but they speak German really well. So do your content in German. Why wouldn't you? TikTok, however, totally different beast. So you're asking about TikTok as well with tech. So create short 60-second pieces about the tech. But that way you can post more than once a day because, number one, how much can you fit into 60 seconds? So you could create your first video of the day and say, today on TikTok, I'm going to be telling you all about the iPhone 11. I got mine the other day. It cost me X amount of money. It's brand new from Apple. So if you want to know more about how well the camera performs, how well it performs, then come back to my TikTok channel a little bit later on. Bang. Content piece number one, done. Tag it all out. And then you create multiple pieces of content that day, all about your iPhone 11 and what it's capable of doing, how good the camera is one way, how good the camera is the other way, all that kind of stuff, and get as much content out as you possibly can. 3, 4, 5 pieces of content in the day, absolutely fine. Spread them out across the day. Don't just put them out one after the other. Otherwise, again, it's just going to get lost in the feed. But if you put them out one every 2-3 hours, something like that, you've got a really good chance of your content getting seen, or at least one of those pieces of content getting seen. And if you're making it about a particular item that particular day, then you've got a possibility somebody might come to your profile to see what the rest of the videos are about as well. Blimey, I think we've managed to answer everything. What a day! What a live! It's been a full one, hasn't it? This has been a full-on live today. If you are brand new to the lives, thank you very much for joining me today. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you very much for watching on the replay. Don't forget you can ask questions still on the replay. We're about to finish the live broadcast right now, but if you're watching on the replay, stick your questions into the comments. Ask as many as you want to, and we'll do our best to answer those questions either tomorrow or we'll answer them in the comments. You can also, if you don't want to stick your hand up in the classroom right now, you can email me on the email address that's scrolling along the bottom of the screen, unless you're listening on the podcast, which will be out tonight, in which case my email address is in the section below. Go click on that. You can email me your questions. We can either have an email chat, we can have a chat on Skype, or I can answer your question tomorrow on the live broadcast instead. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. We are done for today. Hopefully you got some value from my competition value that I was trying to put out, and those competition ideas that I was giving you a little bit earlier on. If you want to join my How to 9x Your Social Media group, you can do. The link is in the comments on the channel, whichever you're watching on right now. So whether you're on Twitch, Periscope, YouTube, or any of the Facebook groups, the link is in the comments right now to come and join my How to 9x Your Social Media group. And in that group, you can download my book, How to 9x Your Social Media, absolutely free, and it'll take you through the whole process I take my customers and my clients through for building content, creating content themselves that doesn't cost them a penny to create. Okay, right, that's the end of the week. I'm off to go and make a Sunday roast, hence the name of today's live broadcast. Thank you again ever so much to the team at Abode Housing for sponsoring the content this week, and all the content this piece of video will make, as well as all the videos through the last 7 days. And I will catch you tomorrow morning at 11:30ish for another daily live. Stay safe for the rest of the day. Go out and enjoy the sunshine, and I will catch you then. Have a good one. Bye.